My name is Andrew Barris. I'm going to be creating a series of screen flows here about how to create an iGoogle page on Google. This is for my EMDT MS class at Full Sail University. This is going to be in 3 parts. The first part is going to be the basics, which is just getting started. And you can follow along on this. Just kind of pause the video as you're doing each step if you wish. And so let's get started. Okay, first of all, I have a Google account already. If you don't have one, go to Google, sign up for a Google account. It's free. It takes just a couple minutes to get one. They'll give you an email address and all that. My email address is crudbasher@gmail.com. Now, I've already done several other things on Google as well. Google has a site called Blogger, which allows you to create your own blog. I've done that. And I also have a Facebook account, and I have a Twitter account. These are all things that you can add later on if you want to. It's not required to do what we're about to do, but there'll be places as I go through where I will insert those pieces of content as well. I went to Google then, and I searched for iGoogle. iGoogle is a content aggregator. It takes all these separate pieces of the internet, and it merges them all together into one page, which you can customize. When you first go to iGoogle and say create your own home page here, I am logged in, as you can see. It'll ask you to log in if you're not, but I am logged in. And to create my own home page, I can pick what I find interesting, and I can choose the theme. But for now, I'm just going to ignore the theme. It knows where I live. I live in Orlando, Florida. It already knows that, so that's fine. That's going to give me local information. And I'm also interested in, let's say, technology, which is definitely true. Then I hit see my own page. Now, what it's given me is your basic layout. And so let me describe essentially what you're looking at here. On the left-hand side, this is really the most important part of the whole thing. This is your navigation bar. This allows you to see that we're on my home page, and you can have multiple pages. We're going to create another one in a minute, where it has various things already plugged into it, just guesses that they did. For example, YouTube. If I click on that, it'll let me go straight to YouTube, and it corresponds to this thing right here. Now, each of these little tabs or little panes of information, these things are called gadgets. A gadget is essentially a little web utility. Now, these gadgets can be any number of different things. As you can see I have weather going on here. Orlando Sentinel, that's our local newspaper. It just gave me that because I said I was from Orlando. It's got a clock, and all of these things we can change, move around, or whatever, and it takes some guesses at things. Now, in terms of YouTube, if I have a YouTube account, I can actually sign in on this as well and then see my own YouTube videos and also search for other YouTube videos as well. It gives me a little bit of technology stories. I have CNET News, which is a computer site, and Wired, of course, which is also technology. But overall, this is just the basics. I really need to add a lot more to this. So let's talk about how you go about customizing this, and then we'll start getting into the actual real themes of the project. So one of the first things I want to do is change the way this looks, and I'm going to do that by changing the theme. There's a button up here called Change Theme from Classic. If I select that, it gives me lots and lots and lots of different themes. I can choose games or nature. I like some of the nature ones. They're really, really pretty. Like this one right here is California. This one's all over the world. And you can also do a search for searching for different kinds of themes. I think I'm going to search for this one from California. And as you can see, it quickly restyles my page, colors and all sorts. And there's people who make these sort of themes, and in fact, you can actually make your own theme and submit it to Google as well if you are artistically inclined like that. But there are hundreds, if not thousands, of themes. When you're happy with a theme, you press the little X here, and that will then close that, and let's see what we ended up with. Maybe kind of an olive green here. It's not bad. Of course, I can change to something else later if I want to. Now, the next thing we want to do is change the arrangement of my various items here, and I want to get rid of some of them. Some of them I don't want. So, in order to organize this a little bit better, let's see, date and time, I don't really need that. I have that on my Mac at all times, so that doesn't really help me out a whole lot. So, this little arrow drop down here, you can see I can edit the settings, I can minimize, I can also delete. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this one right here. By the way, one other useful option it usually gives you might also like. If you find a gadget which you're not 100% happy with the way it works, check this you also might like, because what that'll do is it'll show you variations on the same thing. When we look later on and go get our Facebook application on here, you'll see that there are lots of different types of Facebook ones. There isn't just one, there are many. So you can try to find different ones. She may also like, and it'll show you different variations of the same thing. As it is, like I said, I don't particularly need that on my page. Some people like it, I don't. So I say delete this gadget, okay. Now every time you make a change to your page, it'll give you information up here. It says date and time has been removed. I can either undo, which puts it back where it was, or I can just say close, which in this case I'm going to just go ahead and close because it doesn't matter. I'm also going to do a little bit of reorganizing here. I don't want YouTube, so I'm going to get rid of that. I do want to have Facebook, which I'm going to do in just a second. Orlando Sentinel, I'm going to get rid of that one as well. And we'll keep Wired, we'll keep CNET, and I guess I'll keep CNN just because it's topical, I suppose. Now here's the other cool part about this. I can reorganize these if I want to. As you can see, I have basically 3 columns of information. I can take this, and you can see you can drop it into any of these different columns here, which is pretty useful. So I'm thinking that this column over on the right-hand side will be information about technology. This one maybe is going to be kind of current events, and then this one can be Facebook or whatever. So let's add a new gadget, and we'll create a new page. We're going to do all of this in the next tutorial. So play around a little bit with your page right now, just reorganizing, and when you're ready to start adding stuff to it, go ahead and watch the next video.